Yes, Mr. Morgan, you just keep doing what you're doing, Mr. Morgan. Here at Worship Ministries, we celebrate you at Worship Ministries. Sister Marianne give you a shout out constantly. She constantly gives you a shout out. So I want to say we appreciate you here at Mr. Morgan at Worship Ministries. I want to give a shout out. I want to reiterate and give a shout out to Sister Dana from Beaufort, South Carolina. My ex-wife is from Beaufort, South Carolina. I'm still giving you a shout out. I don't feel no type of way, from the South Kankalakians. I don't feel some type of way. Sister Letty, you got any shout outs?
No, love, I don't. Not
no
tonight.
shout out. One booty naked. Okay, good.
Yes, love.
Any tea? I want to hear some tea tonight. Here at Worship Ministries, we get great tea. You never know what you're going to get here at Worship Ministries. So I want to hear some tea, Sister Letty. You got any tea, Sister Letty? Any tea?
I had bought some cabinets and I was making payments on them, and they're all paid off.
Okay, awesome. So Sister Letty got her kitchen cabinets, my cabinets paid for. Anytime we got something paid for, a car, furniture, clothes, pocketbook, wallet, earrings, that is a great feat right there. So I know you happy, Sister Letty. Sister Jessica, you got any tea?
No.
No tea, okay. Sister Marianne, you got any tea for us?
I just wanted to, he's not here to take the praise, but my baby just still been doing so good in school.
All right.
All year round.
Look at you.
He's in 90s, 95. He finally went up to 95, but his math was like an 82. And when he seen that 82, he about cried. He was like, the soldier at the medic, he was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to do something because that's just so bad. I'm like, you're still passing, that's still a good grade. He goes, yeah, but it's not in the 90s, Mom.
That's awesome. I like that. I like the enthusiasm he has for getting grades.
Yeah,
getting
so
good
he wants
grades.
to work on getting the math back into the 90s.
Yeah, so if
He
he
had
needs,
82, so he's still doing good.
yeah, he's still doing good, but he has high standards. He has high standards, which is good, Sister Mary. I love it, and keep up the high standards. Or you gonna give him a tutor or something? What does he have to do to get it up to the 90s?
I just told him to ask for extra credit, like extra math homework or something.
Okay, good. If something he don't understand, tell him he can get with one of the students, or we can find find something, because I'm all for him. I'm like, yes, you want the 90s. Like, therefore it goes from the 90s to going to
This is the first 80s that he's had all year. So I don't know if he was kind of like struggling a little bit with math because he wasn't doing 90s, so he's at 82.
Okay.
So I don't know if maybe they skipped something because he goes to like other classes too, like for his dyslexia. So maybe it was in between maybe a math class or something, I don't know.
All right, Jay, go ahead with your bad self.
He was just like really dramatic. He was like, oh my God.
He was devastated. I know it. We got new judges. We trying to get like a new judge sitting on the seat. Judge, what's her name, Sister Jessica?
I don't know.
I forgot the new judge that they're trying to get on. Democrats are trying to get him. They're asking the new judge all these questions. They said they asked the new judge, define a woman.
What is the definition of a woman to you?
Yeah, what is the definition of a woman to you? I'm like scratching my head. The Republicans are asking, the judge, what's the definition of a woman? I'm like, what? Like, where do you get that from? What's the definition of an eyeball? What you got, Sister Letty?
TJ said, and I hope I'm pronouncing her name right, is Ketanji Brown Jackson?
Ketanji Brown Jackson, absolutely. Absolutely. So, Ketanji Brown Jackson, thank you very much, CJ. She's married to a white man. Okay, what you do? So what, right? So one of the senators was like, we need to roll back that law of blacks marrying whites and whites marrying blacks. We need to roll back that law. It was a law that the United States have. It's like over a 30-year law or something like that, or 40-year law or something. I don't know how many years it is. Don't quote me on that. But he was like, we need to roll back that law. Like, kind of like throwing shots at Ketanji Brown. And I was like, wow, this is like crazy. It's like a whole bunch of kids in a playground, and they like fighting with each other. The Democrats are fighting with the Republicans are fighting with the Democrats. And I'm like, man. So then I thought about something else, Sister Marianne, right? So we gave, the United States gave Ukraine, they sent about over $11 billion worth of money, right? And neither the Democrats nor the Republicans squabbled about it. Neither one of them argued about it, but they sent over $11 billion over there to Ukraine. How come they was arguing about it when it was the coronavirus in the United States, and they was arguing about the money? I was like, yo, what are y'all doing? Like, so y'all send Ukraine money with no problem, but when it comes to the hardworking people in the United States to get some money, I'm like, how come y'all squabbling about it? How come y'all arguing about it? No, we're gonna shut down the government. Y'all wasted too much money. I'm like, what is going on? So that's my team.
Like,
What you got?
some people, you know, they'll feed the homeless person with the camera, but they don't feed the homeless person without the camera. So the United States goes in Ukraine because they look good to everybody, but if they don't feed the United States, who knows it but the United States?
But
So
that's
everybody
true.
else don't know.
That's true. That's so true. What you got, Sister Letty?
TJ said politics is for TV.
Politics is for TV, yes. Politics is like video games, TJ. I'm not gonna lie to you. Politics, it can be very, very addictive. It's just like video games. So anybody that's into politics, I don't say anything. Anybody that's into video games, I don't judge you. If you're into video games, if you're into watching movies, if you're into smoking your dope, if you're into smoking your weed and smoking your cigarettes, if you're into drinking, if you're into tattoos, whatever you're into, that's what you're into. I don't judge you. I don't want to be judged because of something that I'm into. So since I don't judge you, Sister Marianne, I don't want you judging me. This is like a no judgment zone right here. So I'm not going to tell you, well, you know, getting your hair done is for people with a lot of money, people that's wasteful. I'm not going to say that because that's judging you at the same time. But when I don't do it, I don't judge anybody. Do you, I'm going to do me. So that's all of it. Any TJ, do you have any shout outs? TJ, do you have any shout outs? Anybody else? Any shout outs? No shout outs. Anybody that's online that's watching? Nobody's...
Naomi's watching. Lorenda's watching.
All right, Sister Lorenda.
I seen Delilah on earlier.
All right, thank you, Sister Letty. I'm glad. Come on.
Virginia's
All
on.
right, come on, Sister Letty.
And this looks like, the name has different asterisk number, like things, but it looks like Bethany.
Okay, all right, Sister Letty. Thank you for letting us know that, Sister Letty. You are like the best camera woman in the world. Thank you, Sister Letty. This is what I'm talking about. Chime in. Whoever's watching, if they got something to say.
Somebody said, yes, I have a shout out to
Okay, who got a shout out? Come on.
to Ebony. Earlier, she got busted by a warrant roundup.
Who got busted by one?
Ebony.
Ebony?
Yeah.
Okay,
And Lorinda says, hello, family.
what's up, Loretta? What's up? We want to thank you very much for your offer. We got it. We received it. Offering. I want to say thank you, Sister Lorinda. Thank you very much. 2 thumbs up. Sister, I want to say Sister Virginia. Thank you for watching. I want to give a shout out to Sister Virginia's family members. They laid her grandmother to rest today. And, you know, the grandmother lived a full life, but still, people don't care if they lived a full life. They still want the most out of, they want the bang out of their buck. If some people could live like 1,000 years, they will live 1,000 years. But I want to give a shout out to Sister Virginia and our family members, and we pray for peace, that you and your family gets peace right now as y'all going through this grieving period, or as y'all going through thoughts that about your grandmother. So we want to wish you well here at Worship Ministries. Thank you very much for Bethany watching. I got locked up before. I don't want to say you do the time, you do the crime, you do the time, but that's what happens. A lot of people anybody ever got arrested before, got locked up? Just me and you, Sister Letty, Sister Marianne. All right, Sister Marianne, I see you. Misery loves company. I got arrested before, and it is not a good feeling to get arrested. What you got, Sister Letty?
Lorinda said, God is good. And Virginia said, thank you, Pastor.
Oh, you're so welcome. You are so welcome. So we got an interesting topic for everybody tonight. Those of you that, I'm going to play with my clay. I have some clay over here. Those of you that don't have any clay, You know, you can, when you get some clay, you can play with some clay. It's kind of therapeutic. You ever do one of those Rubik's cubes or those little slinky things or something that you could twirl around in your hand, those little balls? It's kind of like therapeutic. So I'm going to play with my clay while I'm talking to everybody tonight. And what I want to talk about tonight, Sister Jessica, is I want to talk about Cadillac, which is number 1. We got Porsche, which is number 2. Number 3, we got BMW, Sister Letty. Number 4, Sister Marianne, we got Mercedes-Benz. Number 5, we have a Corvette. Number 6, we have a Hummer. Number 7, we have a Lamborghini. So now, I want to know from you ladies that are watching too, and gentlemen, I want to know which one, Sister Jessica, which one of these vehicles do you think a rich man would want to stun in? Which one of these vehicles do you think a rich man would really want to just act a donkey with, act a fool with? Which one of these vehicles would you pick, Sister Jessica?
Lamborghini.
A Lamborghini. What you got, Sister Letty?
Hummer.
We got Sister Letty got a Hummer. Okay. What you got, Sister Marianne?
Benz.
We got a Benz from Sister Marianne. Anybody else that's watching? Anybody?
TJ said Porsche. Virginia said Lamb.
Oh, we got 2 Lambos. Okay. And we got 1 Porsche.
Delilah said Lamborghini.
Another Lambo. Okay. I get it. I get it.
Lorinda said Black Rich Man 1.
Which one? The Cadillac. The Cadillac. Okay, I see you, Sister Lorinda. I ain't mad at you. I see you. I see you. Which one of these vehicles would you find somebody that's gonna stunt really, really hard, that would just want to act brand new in one of these vehicles? So I would pick. I gotta jump on it's a hard one. I want to jump on I'd say Porsche too. I'm gonna jump on a Porsche bandwagon. It was a hard one between Porsche, Corvette, and Lamborghini. But which one of these vehicles, right, Sister Jessica, which one of these vehicles would you take to drive for the rest of your life? Which one of these vehicles would you take to drive for the rest of your life? You gotta keep this vehicle for the rest of your life, Sister Jessica. A Cadillac, okay. What about you, Sister Letty? Which one of these vehicles would you drive for the rest of your life?
I take a Lamborghini truck.
A Lamborghini truck. Okay, that's not on there. But
I just added that a little bit.
What you got, Sister Letty? Which one of these vehicles would you take to drive for the rest of your life?
A Cadillac.
A Cadillac. Okay, we got some Cadillac people in here. What we got, Sister Letty? Talk to me. You might have to scroll down or scroll down.
TJ said Porsche.
Okay.
Virginia said BMW.
Okay.
Lorinda said 1, so Cadillac.
Cadillac again. Okay. All right.
That's it so far.
That's it so far. Okay, we'll get back. Whenever they get back to it, Sister Letty, we'll get back to it. We'll get on it. Look at those screw loose. Sister Jessica, look at those screw loose.
Delilah said BMW.
Delilah said BMW. Okay, great. All right, awesome. Awesome. Which one would be the car that you would die with? The car that you'll take to your grave, right? I think the car that I'll take to my grave, it'd probably be, I'll probably take a Porsche. I'll probably take the Porsche to my grave and drive that pretty fast. But I want to switch gears a little bit. And how I want to switch gears tonight is, I want to talk about flaws. Sister Marianne, I want to talk about flaws. What are flaws, right? What's, in your opinion, Sister Marianne, what's the flaw? Okay, I'll come back to you. I'm quite sure you have something to say. Sister Letty, in your words, what is a flaw?
Things that are wrong with you.
Okay, gotcha. So what about you, Sister Jessica? What's a flaw?
Things that are something you think is wrong with you.
Something that you think is wrong with you. What you got, Sister Letty? Talk to me.
TJ said attributes.
Attributes? Okay, all right. Cool, I like it. Anybody else? What do you think is a flaw? What do you think is a flaw? Flaws are, Sister Letty, I need you on there constantly. I'm constantly on this.
The bad things about you.
That's a flaw. Who said that?
Delilah.
I need you to say the name, Sister Letty, for me next time. I appreciate that. Flaws are bad things about you. Flaws are some negative things about you. Flaws are some things that other people say about you. Flaws are some things that how you feel about yourself. Flaws are all of the above. Let me give you the dictionary version of what flaws is. A flaw is a mark a fault, or other imperfection that mars a substance or object. A flaw is something that is weakened or invalidates something. A flaw is something undesirable, right? It's something undesirable, right? So I want to talk about physical flaws, right? Physical flaws on vehicles, physical flaws on pocketbooks, physical flaws on your glasses. Give me a physical flaw on a car, Sister Jessica.
A cracked windshield.
A cracked windshield. What you got, Sister Lady?
Lorinda says thinking you're right when you know you're wrong.
That's a flaw. That's definitely a flaw. All right, but you give me a flaw, Sister Lady. So a flaw that's on a car, a flaw that's on your car right now.
The front cracked light.
Okay, got you.
I don't know what it's called. Bumper.
Bumper, got you. Sister Marianne, give me a flaw on your car.
A headlight out.
A headlight out. Let me give you a flaw on my car. My seat wasn't reclining all the way back. So now, my seat wasn't reclining all the way up. So I gotta sit, my seat is laid all the way back. So I gotta sit in my seat just like this, and the seat is laid all the way back. What you got, Sister Lady?
TJ said dents.
Dents. I know that's right. Give me another flaw, Sister Jessica. On the car.
Flat tire.
A flat tire. And what you got, Sister Lady?
Cracked windshield.
A cracked windshield. What you got, Sister Marianne?
Too much gas.
Too much gas. I got a brake light out, right? Another flaw that's on the car, right? What about the doors don't open up? Anybody ever got in somebody's car and one of the doors didn't open up? You had to get out on the other side? Is that just me? Okay, all right. What you got, Sister Lady? What you got?
Delilah said color, and Virginia said scratches.
Scratches and color, right? Because some people might think that a burnt orange is a funky color. They be like, oh, ew, that's a flaw. So whatever it is, there are a lot of flaws that we can find on vehicles, Sister Jessica. There are a lot of flaws. Another flaw that's on a vehicle is the vehicle could be too old, right? The vehicle could be, oh, that's an old car. I don't want to get into that old car. What you got, Sister Letty?
Lorinda said my window won't roll down.
What you saying? I had that problem. Who all had that problem before? Okay, don't act brand new. I had that problem with the window not rolling down. You pressed something wrong with the motor in there in the window. I had that issue before. What about the horn not working inside the car? Another flaw. What about the inside light don't come on? And you have to take your phone out and just look around and see what's going on inside it. That's another flaw. What you got, Sister Lady?
Radio don't work.
Radio don't work. What's another flaw?
Speedometer don't work.
The speedometer won't work. What you got, Sister Marianne?
The inside light don't work to see how fast you're going.
Oh, the inside light don't work.
Tail lights don't work.
I know it. Another flaw.
Flat tires.
Flat tires, like Sister Jessica said.
Oh, I apologize. I didn't hear her.
It's all right, Sister Lady. It's all right. What you got, Sister Lady? What you
Windshield wipers don't work.
What?
TJ said that.
Windshield wipers don't work. Yes, that is a major flaw. Another flaw is the seat don't go up and you short. Right? Anybody had that problem before? Had to put some telephone books in there, or had to put something in there and fluff up the seat because the seat don't go up. You know, the old cars, the seat don't raise up. The new cars, the seat raise all the way up where you can hit your head to the top of the roof. But there's a lot of flaws with a lot of stuff. Give me some flaws with some pocketbooks, with some purses, Sister Jessica.
The zipper don't zip.
The zipper don't zip. Anybody else with some flaws with some purses?
They're too small.
They're too small. What's anybody else? Any flaws with purses?
Too big.
Too big. What about the strap is kind of thin, right? Well, I don't know. Strap kind of thin. Anybody else with flaws with pocketbooks?
Or the strap is not long enough.
The strap is not long enough. Okay. Oh man. Anybody else with flaws with pocketbooks? Anybody?
Torn.
Torn.
Your change gets all in the bottom and you can't reach it.
Or it just has one big old pocket and everything dumps and you can't.
Yeah, you gotta search. It's like a treasure hunt.
Okay, got you. We still talking about flaws.
Delilah said too big.
Too big. The pocketbook too big. We're still talking about flaws. Let's talk about flaws with clothes, right? With shirts and pants. What can be some flaws with some shirts and some pants?
Too big.
Too big? Anybody else?
Too short.
Too short, right? Right. What about skinny jeans? What about too tight? Right? What about too tight, right? What about too ugly? I don't want to wear those. Those not my style, right? So there are a lot of stuff there are a lot of things that have flaws. A lot of things. I want to talk about flaws with humans now. I want to talk about physical human flaws, right? That's what I want to talk about. What about when I was growing up, I had stitches in my lip. One of my flaws for me that people would call me, they said, you got some big lips. You look like the Fat Albert dude. Bleeber, bloober, 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 bleeber. So they used to crack on jokes on me all the time. They used to say, well, you got some big lips, Fortune. And I was like, the better to kiss your mama with. I used to joke back on them, but that was a flaw for me. That was a physical flaw for me. So give me some physical flaws on a man or a woman, Sister Letty.
Physical flaw?
A physical flaw. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll give you one.
Okay.
What about the varicose veins that a woman might have on the back of their legs, right? That might be a physical flaw for some woman, right?
Yeah.
Some women don't even want to wear no shorts because they felt like they got the varicose veins in the back, and they like, I'm not wearing no shorts. But some women are just bold. They got the varicose veins. They walking like they ain't got nothing on their legs. And I'm like, hey, get it? What you got, Sister Letty?
Delilah said weight, and
okay.
Lorinda said big feet.
Big feet. All right. Come on, Sister Jessica. You got any physical flaws?
Yeah, like I have a scar right here on my lip. That's a physical flaw.
Physical flaw, scar on your lip. I got it. What you got, Sister Marianne? We talking about physical flaws.
I see people with like little bitty eyes.
Little bitty eyes. What you got, Sister Letty?
Virginia said bad breath.
Bad breath? Oh, flaw. What you got, Sister Letty? You got a flaw you want to call out? No flaw,
love.
Sister Letty. Another flaw. What you got, Sister Jessica?
Gray hair.
Gray hair, another flaw. What about big ears? You ever see somebody with some big ears?
Yes.
You be like, ooh, looking like Dumbo.
Big eyes.
Big eyes. Sister Marianne said the opposite, small eyes. What about women? Some women might have this, and this is our Bible study. If you're getting your feelings, you're getting emotions, we're just talking about real stuff here. If you don't want to listen to the real stuff, you can tune into somebody else. What about a woman's having one breast bigger than the other breast? What about that? Is that not a flaw?
Yes.
One breast bigger. I know some gentlemen that have one nut sack and the other, he don't have another nut sack. He only got one nut sack. That's another flaw. What you got, Sister Letty?
Virginia said big nose.
Big nose, absolutely.
Big forehead.
Big forehead, or some people got that forehead that start way back here, like Tyra Banks. That thing start way back. What you got, Sister Letty?
Crooked teeth.
Crooked teeth? What about no teeth? Flaw, right? What about one tooth? You ever see somebody with one tooth? Look like a saber tooth? No, for real. I see somebody with one tooth. Sister Letty, I was like, now you should just go and get that pulled out one time. Just like, what you doing with that just one little tooth in there? I just want to know, Sister Mary. I'm just asking, what are they doing with that one tooth? Or if they got like three, they might have it scattered, one right here in the front, one on the side, and one on the other side. To each his own. But I would just want to know, why do you have it? They might answer the question and say, you know what, I got it because it's mine, right? What you got, Sister Lady?
TJ said unibrow, and Deanna said big head.
Oh, big head.
Or like when they have, like dudes have their hair braided, but they got a bald spot, so it's like braided or
What about the comb too? What about some dudes that got, some dudes, white and black, are like, they got that thin in here and they try to spread it out. Try to spread it out. I'm like, yo, you see like rolls is missing. What you got, Sister Letty? Anybody else?
No, that's it so far.
We talking about all type of flaws that a dude might have. Anybody ever met a dude and he had some ugly feet? Ugly feet, right? You, Sister Letty, you met a dude, he had some ugly feet?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, he had some kind of crow feet. And you said to yourself, but that couldn't be me because you wouldn't be with me, right? How come a man can have ugly feet but a woman can't have ugly feet? What you got, Sister Letty? Anybody?
TJ just said LOL.
I know it. We talking about flaws. We talking about all type of flaws. Some of the flaws, we make our own flaws. Some of us make our own flaws. Some of us go places that we have no business going, and we might get a gunshot wound. We might get shot somewhere. We might get shot in the face, and now you got a hole in your face. The bullet came in through one one part of your cheek and left out on the other part, and now you got a hole in your mouth now, or you probably got into a bad car accident, and now you have a flaw because you need all of your back teeth is out of there. So sometimes we have flaws that we weren't even born with. Sometimes we have flaws that we create our own selves. There are so many flaws, and the flaws is always looking bad in somebody else's eyes. Somebody can always come up with a flaw for you. Somebody can always come up with a flaw. Somebody's always cracking jokes. Somebody can always rank on you. Somebody can always joke on you. What you got, Sister Lady? Anybody? So we're still talking about flaws, and flaws might be short hair. Flaws might be some naps. Like when I was younger, I don't know about you, but I had a Jerry curl. I had a Jerry curl when I was younger, Sister Marianne, and my mama she wouldn't let me get the activator, and my Jerry curls would kind of get kind of dry. So I kind of like put some water in there and try to mix some oil and water in there with my Jerry curls just to keep them juiced up. You know what I'm saying? But I had the Jerry curls, but when my Jerry curls was getting dry, it was a flaw for me. Because nobody don't want to walk around here with some dry Jerry curls. You won't even call it Jerry curls. What you got, Sister Lady?
TJ said getting ran over downtown Dallas, now having a broken finger permanently.
Flaw. I got another flaw here. On my right pinky finger, I was in the military, and a white dude, he called me the N-word. And when he called me the N-word, I'm from New York City, I started swinging on him. I hit him right in the face, and I kept on hitting, boom, boom, boom. And before I know it, we was in the cattle truck. So everybody's all tight in the cattle truck, and I hit this white boy because he called me the N-word. And when he called me the N-word, I didn't know that I bent my pinky finger. So now I have a flaw on my pinky finger. My pinky finger will never be straight ever again because they put the splint on there, but the splint wasn't working because I was just active. I was so active, and the splint did not even work. So I have a flaw on my pinky finger. I have a flaw on my wrist. I have at least a 4-inch scar on my wrist from me falling from a 3-story house that I was doing some roof sheeting. I have another flaw on my knee. I got shot in my knee, Sister Mary, my left knee. I got shot in my wrist, Sister Mary, on my right wrist. So I have a lot of flaws. I had stitches in my lip. I had surgery. I think I had a hernia surgery when I was little. So I got a lot of flaws. What you got, Sister Lady?
Deanna said I need to see a picture of the Jerry curl. 3 laughing emojis.
You would, Throwback Thursdays. You would want to see a picture of it. Definitely.
TJ said ouch and dang.
I know it. Sister Letty, what kind of flaws do you have?
Crooked teeth.
Crooked teeth? Okay. We're talking about flaws. Come on. Is that it?
No.
Okay.
I need to get my eyebrows waxed.
Okay, get your eyebrows waxed. Okay,
They looking like Oscar the Grouch right now.
Yes. Sister Miriam, what kind of flaws do you have? Do you currently have right now?
Being overweight.
Being overweight. Okay. Be honest. Or is that it?
Short legs.
Okay, short legs. Sis Jessica, what kind of flaws do you have?
I have a scar on my lip.
Scar.
I have a scar on my right breast. My right breast smaller than the left breast. I need to lose weight. I have a scar right here on my leg from a spider bite.
Wow. Okay. All right. That's some flaws. What you got, Sister Lady?
Delilah said my weight. Virginia said weight. TJ said, girl, at least you have some. Deanna said my bad attitude.
Okay. We ain't even get to that. Don't get ahead. Don't get ahead. We ain't get to that. But we still talking about physical flaws. All of us have physical flaws. Every last one of us.
TJ said he don't have no eyebrows.
Okay. All right. That might be a flaw for him. I don't know how you take it, but it might be a flaw for you. But all of us have physical flaws. All of us. All of us have something that somebody else can joke about, something that somebody else can talk about, and we also have something that we can talk about somebody else with. We can jones on somebody about their physical flaws. There are so many physical flaws. Some of the physical flaws might be stretch marks, might be scars. Some of the stretch marks might be, just like we said earlier, no teeth in your mouth. Some of the physical flaws might be one eye, Sister Letty, Sister Jessica. Some of the flaws might be you don't have the use of your legs. Some of the flaws might be you have one arm, right? Some of the flaws might be you got that little extra finger that's growing out from the side of your hand. Some of the flaws is you might have your toes might be bent crooked or all the way to the one toe going to the left and one toe going to the right. And you're afraid to wear some slippers or sandals. What you got, Sister Lady?
Virginia said stubbornness, and Griselda's watching.
Oh, Griselda, how you doing, sweetheart? How you doing, Griselda? How are you doing? Stubbornness, that's mental flaws, right, Sister Jessica? We still talking about physical flaws, right? Some of the physical flaws might be cellulite. Some of the physical flaws might be a birthmark somewhere on the middle of your face. Some of the physical flaws might be a mole. Anybody see a mole on somebody's face? A mole right on your face, you be like, oh, that mole makes me look so ugly. I'm so tired of having this mole. You were born with that mole. You can get the mole removed if you want. Some of the physical flaws could be some woman. I seen a meme on Facebook. It said, now this is a meme on Facebook. I'm not thinking like this, but it says Latinos, when they get their income tax check, they go to get a butt lift. And they had this lady with two little, looked like she had two little badoonkadoons, two little gremlins on both sides of her butt cheek. And she was walking around at the beach, and she just shaking her butt, and she walking over the butt. That looks like a flaw to me. It might look good to her, but to me, it looks like a flaw. I don't like it. It's disgusting to me. I don't like all the butt implants. That's just me. I don't like all the, the breast implants. That's just me. I just don't, that's a flaw to me. So there are a lot of flaws that people see, that people use. Some people might get lip injection. That's a flaw to me. I'm like, if your lips were thin before, keep the thin lips. That's a flaw to me, but it might be a flaw to them having thin lips. What you got, Sister Letty?
TJ said the birthmark in my eye. And then he said gremlins, LOL.
Okay.
Lorinda said saying something when I might not need to.
Let's get into the mental flaws. So I heard some mental flaws earlier. Sister Jessica, give me one of your mental flaws. Doubt. Sister Letty, give me one of your mental flaws.
Sometimes I don't feel like I'm gonna get ahead.
Okay, got you. What you got, Sister Marianne? Give me a mental flaw. Got you. I got one for you. I got a mental flaw for you. Sometimes I get angry fast. Sometimes I get angry real fast and I just react. That's me. That's my mental flaw. I'm going to give you another mental flaw for somebody else, right? I'm going to get right with you. A mental flaw for somebody else. Why people like to lie so much, Sister Jessica? Why you lie so much? Why you lie? You don't even got to lie, Sister Mary Ann. Why they lie? They didn't even got to lie. I didn't even ask for a lie. They just got the lie machine going on. And they got the lie machine just spit out lies for no reason. Why you gotta lie? I haven't even asked you a question, and you just start lying. What you got, Sister Letty?
TJ said trust, and Virginia said no filter.
No filter? Oh, man. I'm telling you, those are some flaws. Not having no filter and having trust issues, not trusting people, those are some major flaws. What you got, Sister Letty?
Deanna said I can't stand when people lie.
Liar. Liabilities. Liabilities is like active, really, really active. It's alive. It's a real thing. Another flaw is thinking that you're better than somebody else. Right? Some people got flaws that always trying to control other people. That's another flaw. Some people are so judgmental. That's another flaw. Some people are dry judgmental. What dry judgmental is? Well, if I was them, I wouldn't have did it like that. You judging me? Because I didn't do it the way you want me to do it? Like, why are you judging me for? Because I didn't do it the way you wanted me to do it? You're dry judging me? So that's another flaw that some of us carry. Some of us always think that we look better than the next person or the next man or the next woman. That's another flaw that we carry. We're still talking about flaws. What are some of the flaws that you have? Some of the flaws that I have is I might be in the same boat as TJ. I have trust issues sometimes. I don't trust a lot of people. I trust some people, and then when you do something, when you make a mistake by accident, when you make a mistake by accident, this is my flaw, when you make a mistake by accident, I stop trusting you now. You just made a mistake. That's my flaw. So don't talk about my flaw if you have flaws. Another flaw is, what you got, flaw for you, Sister Jessica?
Not like, I guess it kind of falls under trust, but like not depending on people, just being like, I'll just do it.
Okay, being self-sufficient, right? Okay, got you. That's another flaw. Anybody else share that flaw with Sister Jessica? I gotta do this all by myself. I've been doing this by myself. I'm a single parent mama all my majority of my life. What you got, Sister Letty?
TJ said very few and they know I trust them.
Awesome.
Lorinda said get mad fast. God's still working on me.
I know it. Being an instigator, a flaw is being an instigator. Somebody is always trying to put a battery in somebody else's back, trying to get somebody stirred up for no reason. A gossiper is a flaw, right? That's another flaw. Stealing is a flaw. Anybody ever had somebody steal from them? Anybody ever stole from somebody? Keep your hands up if you stole from somebody. Yeah. That's a flaw too. Continue to steal from people. That's a flaw. Another flaw is not protecting people. I say this all the time. You have somebody talking about Sister Jessica, and you're just gonna stand right there and talk about That's a flaw. Instead of you talking about what you talking about? Well, she's not here to protect herself. Like, what did she do wrong? Did you go to her? Did you talk to her? Instead of you doing that, you over there just listening, talking about you just as bad as the other person that's talking about the person. That's a flaw. Two people have those flaws. The person that's talking bad about the other person without giving any constructive criticism, and the person that's listening talking about, for real? I thought she was better than that. For real? Oh man, I can't believe he did that. Without hearing both sides of the story, another flaw. Because we always take the person that we see, we take their side of the story all the time. Don't we, Sister Jessica? We take the person that we see every day, we take their story. We take their story to be law. Not even listening to nobody else. I heard the other day, I heard a guy, his son, this baby daddy, baby mama, and the baby mama gave the son to the baby daddy. Baby daddy spent the weekend with the son, and the son had long hair. And when he came back, when he brought his son back to his baby mama, his whole son, her son and his son, right? The baby daddy cut the son's hair off, right? Could you imagine? Could you imagine that happening? You send Jaden somewhere to your baby dad, to his father, and when he come back, his hair is bald. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that happening? So you would kind of lose your mind, right? You'll be crying and being all hysterical. Why would you do that? He's never going with you ever again. You'll be a dramatized baby mama, kicking and stomping, snot coming from your eyes. I can't believe he did. You tell everybody posting on Facebook, Instagram, my baby daddy cut my son hair. I've been growing my son hair for like 7 years. This is his natural hair. I'm like, I know it's not a weave, but you know, this is his hair. I had so many baby pictures, but nobody never says to the baby daddy, what caused the baby daddy to do that? Was it out of spite? So understanding, not having understanding for the opposite person is a flaw. What you got, Sister Letty?
Your cousin Darren is watching.
What's up, D? What you doing, man?
And
so
Virginia.
He runs like, he wants to like own like a pit bull puppies and stuff like that. I'm all for it. He wants to own like a big ranch, so he raised like bully dogs. And he's doing a really, really good job.
Awesome.
What's up, D? What you got, Sister Letty?
And Virginia said there's always 3 sides to a story.
The 3 sides, huh? What's the 3 sides? What is it again?
His side, her side, and the truth.
His side, her side, and the truth, huh? I guess that his side, he can't be telling the truth, and her side can't be telling the truth, but the truth just stand alone.
Your side is your perception, you know what I mean? So that doesn't necessarily be true.
Okay.
Your truth. You know, doesn't mean it's speech.
Doesn't mean it's true. Okay, I got you. I just, it's the truth, and two people might be telling some parts of the truth. You just have to, you know,
See what the truth is
there you go.
in each story.
There you go. But there are so many flaws that we carry. There are so many flaws that we carry. There are so many flaws that we feel like other people give us, like being in bad relationships, being taken advantage of, being having somebody cheat on you, having somebody steal from you, having somebody rob you. All of those things give you so many flaws. And then we have so many physical flaws, Sister Jessica, that we say to ourselves, man, I just don't want to do this because I don't want this person to see me like this. And that's why we have all of these filters on social medias to cover the what, Sister Letty? Why do we have filters for? What are filters
To
for?
cover the flaws.
It covers the flaws. That's why we have filters. Filters cover the flaws. Because nobody wants to be seen with their flaws. And it's even a flaw for a guy to use a filter, am I correct?
Yes.
Right? So if you see a guy using a filter, Sister Marianne, do you think that's a flaw or not?
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's even a flaw for some people to use filters. What you got, Sister Letty?
TJ said the truth needs no defending. And Lorinda said some people believe the lie before they believe the truth.
They sure enough do. That's a flaw. You believe in a lie, you're not getting the whole story. That is the flaw. That is definitely a flaw. Another flaw is that pushing your religion or your belief on somebody. That's a flaw. For me to push my religion or my belief on you, for me to say, well, you're going to believe in God, well, because he died for our sins. Maybe I don't believe in Jesus. Maybe I don't believe in Jesus. Like, why are you going to force me to believe in Jesus? Right? I just want to be honest. Why are you going to force me to believe in somebody or something that I don't believe in? Don't force me to believe in God. I want to believe in God on my own. What do you think about them taking prayer out of schools, Sister Marianne?
That's what I
Oh, sorry. Somebody order this?
Okay, right. Okay, I like that. What about what do you think about them taking prayer out of school, Sister Jessica?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it.
Okay.
I don't know.
What about you, Sister Letty? What do you think about them taking prayer out of school?
I think everybody has their, I don't know how to explain this. I feel like if they're going to take the prayer out, they should take the Pledge of Allegiance out and the state flag, whatever that is. I think it all should be taken out.
Okay.
They don't say the pledge anymore.
No, they don't say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Well, we just had this discussion last night.
Really?
Or not last night, the night before. And Braylon said they still do the Pledge of Allegiance and the allegiance to the state flag too, because she was repeating it.
Okay.
And my aunt said, do y'all pray in school? She said, no, we don't have to.
Okay.
But they still make them do the Pledge of Allegiance.
When I was in school, we did the Pledge of Allegiance. We never did the state, whatever, but we did the pledge. But we didn't have prayer. We had a moment of silence.
Okay.
And I like that because to me, saying you have to pray in school is forcing Christianity on Muslims and Buddhists. And so I feel like the moment of silence is cool because whatever you practice, whether it's Satanism or whatever it is, you can have your moment to do whatever you want to do to your person.
I mean, I agree with that. I totally agree with that too, but like I'm saying, what I said was if they take out prayer, then they should take out those too, because it's like you forcing me to say the Pledge of Allegiance also, because if I sit down, y'all all looking at me some type of way because I don't want to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Mm-hmm.
That's
a flaw. Forcing your belief on somebody else. Forcing what you expect them. A lot of women expect their baby daddies to do certain things. Well, he's supposed to do this. He's supposed to be a man. He's supposed to be old enough. So you're forcing your belief You're forcing on what you think he should be doing or what you saw another baby daddy doing on that man. Some baby daddies force things on their baby mamas. Well, Keisha working, why you can't work? Or Keisha working at the Family Dollar, why you can't get a job at the Family Dollar? You're forcing your own beliefs on somebody else. That's a flaw. Like, why do we do that? Why do we force things on our kids? A lot of kids don't want to play sports. But what we do is, you my meal ticket, Deshaun. You gonna get me out this hood. I need to be going, you're gonna be a football, you're gonna grow up and be a football player. Take all your money, put him in the football. He don't even want to play football. He just playing football so he won't make you upset. He gets hurt and doesn't play football anymore because he wants to be a photographer. Like, why do we, that's a flaw. That's a flaw that some of us have. We force our own beliefs on other people. Instead of us accepting people's beliefs, we force our beliefs. And then not only that, we put peer pressure on people.
But I think like when you force your beliefs on someone, like it comes like how the prayer in the school and the saying the Pledge of Allegiance. Well, the government can force you to say the Pledge of Allegiance because who pays for that school? The government.
True.
You know what I mean? So they can force you to do whatever. So then you know what? You take your kid out of school and you homeschool and then you don't have to. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like when you reap some benefits, sometimes you're forced. Like I'm forced to follow these rules, going to work at this job. Like when I started working at the VA, you have to pledge that you will never boycott or whatever to the VA. That was something I was forced to do, but with the benefit of work.
That's true. That's true. Flaws. We're still talking about flaws. There are so many flaws. And even though I have flaws, Sister Marianne, I'm not going to let anybody tell me about my flaws. I could care less about what you say about my own flaws. I don't care if I got a big nose, big eyes, big ears, a long tongue, no hair on my head. I don't care if my elbows are ashy. I don't care about none of that. I'm not going to allow you to force or put some flaws on me because you're not my creator. All of us have flaws. And some of us, what we do with our flaws is we force our flaws on other people. That's what we do. And some of us enjoy some of our flaws. And some of us indulge in flaws that we have, and flaws that other people have. Some of us, we can't wait to see a flaw into somebody else. Oh, look at her. She thinks she all of that. But she missed a spot over there. Oh, look at him. He think he all of that. We can always find flaws. Don't let anybody tell you or dictate and tell you, oh, that you got this flaw and they got this, and you have this flaw and that flaw, and add up all your flaws. Don't let anybody do that to you. And this Bible study is about flaws, not allowing anybody to push their flaws on you. Not allowing yourself to push your own flaws on you. We all have flaws. Every last one of us. And that goes into, right? Since every last one of us, those of you that have clay in there, I want you to take the clay and play around with the clay. Sister Marianne, I'm going to give you some clay. You can play around with the clay. I want you to play around with the clay. That's what I want you to do. I want you to play around with the clay. If you're at home, if you don't have any clay, you can pretend that you have some clay. We have some clay in here. And we're playing around with the clay. And we're molding this clay. Now this clay doesn't have any flaws to me. I'm going to make whatever I want to make out of this clay. And it's going to be flawless to me. I don't know about you, but my clay that I have in my hand, I can make a little snowman, I can make a little round man, I can make a little titty on top, I can make a little stick figure, I can put some imprints in there. I can do whatever I want to do with my clay because this is my clay and I can mold it. And whatever I make with my clay, that's what I make with my clay. What you got, Sister Letty?
Dana Stevenson is watching.
All right, Dana, what's up with you? That's good for you to chime in. I have clay in my hand, so I'm making whatever I want to make. I might drop a piece of the clay, I'll pick that clay back up, and I'll put it in my hand. I'm talking about my clay don't have any flaws. I don't have any flaws with my clay. And those of you that are watching, you should feel the same exact way. Like we all have flaws. Every last one of us have man-made flaws. Sister Jessica, the man-made flaws is what people say about you. It might not be true. It might not be good. It might not be good. It might be bad. It might be somewhat make you feel some type of way. But that's the flaws that they put on you. But the flaws, let me tell you something about flaws, right? If you have a pocketbook with a hole in it, and you go to the store and you buy a pocketbook with a hole in it, you're going to want a discount. Am I correct, Sister Jessica? So anything that has a dent to it, you're going to want a discount. I want you to get this. You're going to want a discount if it has a flaw. If you buy a t-shirt from Walmart and the t-shirt got a little rip in there, you're going to want a discount. Am I right or wrong, Sister Letty?
Yes.
Am I wrong? If you got a cup with a dent in it, you're going to want a discount. They got scratch and dent, right? Anybody know what scratch and dent is? Scratch and dent is you go to a place that got washing machines and dryers and refrigerators, and you buy a scratch and dent. It got scratches on it. Some people want this stuff brand new. But I want you to understand that brand new stuff break down as well. It does. Brand new stuff break down. You have cars that's in the shop right now, 2021 cars, 2022 cars that's in the shop right now that's broken down because they had a malfunction. They had a part that had a flaw in it. A lot of parts get called in, get recalled. They say, oh, we got a recall on this part, we got a recall on that part. Because it has a flaw. And things have flaws. Anything that man makes has flaws. Anything that man makes, I want you to understand it. I say that again. Anything that man makes has a flaw, Sister Letty. If man made it, it has a flaw to it, or it can have a flaw to it. Or it already had a flaw to it, and they've been fixing it and working on the flaws. I want everybody to open up your Bibles to Jeremiah, the 18th chapter. Jeremiah, keep that clay next to you. I like what you're making. Look like a little pretzel thing you're making. Jeremiah, the 18th chapter, and you want to go to the 5th verse. We're still talking about flaws. Jeremiah, 18th chapter, and the 5th verse. Jeremiah 18 and 5. Not Jeremiah the song, Jeremiah, but Jeremiah in the Bible. It's in the Old Testament. Jeremiah, the 18th chapter, and the 5th verse. Jeremiah, the 18th chapter, and the 5th verse. Not this Jeremiah. Not Jeremiah the singer, but Jeremiah the prophet. Hey, Jeremiah 18, the 5th chapter. When you have it at the house, you can just look on your phone. If you got a Bible, if you don't have a Bible, and you're trying to watch us at the same time, and you're not trying to miss it, nothing, I get it. Hey, I think about so we got Jeremiah 18th chapter and the 5th verse. And some of us have been already, but you guys, Sister Letty.
Anna's watching.
All right, what's up, Anna? What's up, my girl? Jeremiah 18th chapter and the 5th verse. We got some clay in our hand, and the Bible says, then the word of the Lord came to me saying, O house of Israel, can I not do with you as this potter? Right? Says the Lord, right? Look, as the clay is in the potter's hand, so are you, what, Sister Jessica?
In my hand.
Right? The potter. God says that, listen to me, I got you. I made you, Sister Marianne. God is like, this is, you are holding, God is like holding us in his hand. Right? We are the clay. We're definitely the clay. God is saying that I got you. So I made you flawless. Period. I made you flawless. You are the person that gives yourself flaws. But I made you perfect. I made you flawless for me. So how have I had you born? If you was born with one arm, you are flawless. I can still use you. I can still mold you to whatever I want you to be. Don't let somebody tell you, oh, you just got one arm. And so what? I do more with my one arm than you do with your two arms. They got a dude that's playing basketball, he got one arm. I see him dunking on people. I see him crossing over with one arm. I'm like, this dude is phenomenal. This boy, I think he's in high school or he's going to college or something. He only has one arm, and he's doing marvelous things. I seen people on TikTok on the videos. They have no arms, and they be cooking with their feet, and they be doing a better job. I would rather eat from them than to eat somebody with two arms, because at least they be washing their feet. I don't know, they wash their feet, whatever, in the water, whatever, sit on their back, but God made you flawless.
Devin has a friend, his name is Adam, right? He's in a wheelchair. his parents were in a car wreck and when he was small, it paralyzed him. And this man gets on elevators.
You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about?
And uses the stairs
Do
at
you-
motels with his wheelchair.
Listen, God, all of your flaws that you have, every last flaw that you have, God is using every last flaw. Everything that you've been through, everything that you're going to go through, that is a flaw that God can use. So now God is not going to reject you because you got a scratch on your nose, because you had surgery, because you're missing one eye, because you got a scratch here, because you got 3 fingers missing. God is still using you. He is the potter, you are the clay. So if I got half clay, I can still use this clay. If I got a little bit of clay, I can still use this clay. Now, you might not be as big as somebody else, but you are still moldable. You're still in the potter's hand, which is God, and he's still molding you. So cast out all of the flaws that you got. So if you got one breast that's hanging lower than the other breast, okay, I'm quite sure they're going to make a bra to kind of like balance out both of your breasts. Don't just put yourself down because you have flaws. Don't just talk about people because they have flaws. All of us have flaws, but we're still on the wheel. We are still in the potter's hands, and God is still playing with us. God is still molding us. He's not going to, we don't stop being molded until he calls us to glory. Until he calls us to our last breath, that's when we stop being on the wheel. But right now, as we're breathing, he's still molding us. He's still taking that jealousy away. Let me push this over here, push this jealousy. I'm still angry. I still don't have unforgiveness. And let me mold this to get all of this unforgiveness out. I still got, I like to be procrastinating. I like to be lazy sometimes. I'm still molding this. That is not, don't let somebody else call out your flaws and keep you and hold you to your flaws. Don't let somebody do that. We all have flaws. And tell them to go to Jeremiah, the 18th chapter and the 5th verse. God is still working on me, like Sister Lorena said. God is still working on me. Yes, he is still working on you. He's not done with you yet. Let him work on you so he can remove all of the flaws that other people gave you and all of the flaws that you gave yourself. This is our Bible study. Any questions, any comments, any complaints, Sister Letty?
TJ said we woke up like this.
Hello. Hi. Hi, I like that. Hi. You can keep the clay. If I can have everybody please stand as we prepare to leave here on today. Sister Jessica is making spaghetti strings with her clay. She's doing all kind of stuff with her clay, Sister Marianne. That she is the potter and that is her clay. She can make whatever she want to make and it looks flawless. It looks good. But we are the clay and God is the potter. And God says that he can do whatever he wants to do. And he created us. That means that we are flawless in God's eyes. We have a lot of flaws in man's eyes. And that's why I'm even listening to dude. I'll be like, yo, you want to tell me about my flaw? I'm not even listening to you. Shut up. Like, get out of my face. I'm not even listening to you. You shouldn't have did this. Shut up. You don't talk to tell me about my flaw. You got all of these flaws. Only power that can tell me about my flaws is God. And you ain't God because you haven't created man in your own image. God created man in his own image so that we can be flawless. We just get around each other and talk about, oh, look at her, look at him, we're flawless. With that being said, any questions, complaints, comments, Sister Jessica?
No.
What about you, Sister Mary? Any questions, complaints, comments? We gotta end this Bible study, but I want to end this Bible study with prayer, and I want to say thank you everybody for watching us at Worship Ministries. I really appreciate you watching. I apologize for you not having any clay. You can go outside and get some dirt, kind of mold it a little bit like we used to do when we were little kids. But this Bible study is, right, flaws. If you haven't had a title to this Bible study, it is called Flaws. Not flawless, but flaws. With that being said, if you can please close your eyes and bow your heads as we go to God in prayer. Again, Father God, we thank you for everything you're doing in our lives, oh God. We thank you for life, breath, and the right to praise you. We thank you for you being the best God in the whole wide world. We thank you for you just giving us energy and strength, oh God. We thank you for you giving us ears to listen, oh God. We thank you for you giving us an appetite, oh God, just to hear your word, oh God. We thank you for everybody that tuned in, oh God. I ask for healing for everybody that tuned in. I ask for financial blessings for everybody that's tuned in. Oh God, I ask for separation for everybody that's tuned in, oh God, because some of us need to separate ourselves from other people, oh God. Some of us need to separate ourselves from flaws. Some of us need to separate ourselves from hearing negativity. Some of us need to separate ourselves from hearing, I'm not more than what God says I am. You are more than what God says you are more than what man says you are. You are what God says you are. And I thank God for having everybody watch us tonight, God. God, we give you the glory. We give you the honor. We give you the praise, oh God. I ask that everybody tune in on Sunday, oh God. I ask that if everybody can be here on Sunday, oh God, they can find a church home to go to, or they can tune in at Worship Ministries in the privacy of their own home. We love you here at Worship Ministries. We adore you. We appreciate you. God, we give you the honor, praise, and glory. It is in Jesus' name. Let everybody that ever had a cow foot before say amen. Amen. Look, we had cow foot before.
Oh.